stand a chance.
Homie, they ain't ready for this. Scatter shot, I'm working, hurt them worse than slitting your wrist. Hit subscribe, smash like, ring the bell, stay tuned. Now without further ado, here's the duel of June. Yeah.
Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's the June here. Now we back at it with another build video. Now this is at Thor at 175. This man Thor is a demon at 175, y'all. I'm doing 1,000,000 with my GODBLAST. It's insane, I promise you. So look, before we get to the video, if you guys could go to enjoy it, you guys liked it, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell as well, so there's a video and be notified when I upload a video, and most importantly, make sure you guys hit that like button. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Alright, so what you guys see right here is my Thor build at 175. So basically, let's just tell you what I have in this build and how it really works. So for my stats, I have 96 might, 183 precision, 0 proficiency, valor 776, and for my resolve is 0, and my resilience is 196, and my intensity is at 0, and my heroic charge rate for all my abilities is 20.3 across the board. So you see right there, I have 28k and 546 basically heroic. Now if you guys don't know, if you stack proficiency and heroic valor up together, it basically makes your stats go, it makes your heroic stat higher for some reason. I don't know why proficiency does that, but this is based without no proficiency. This is what I have. So basically, let's get on to the raid gear and just basically show you what I have and some of the gear pieces I have that is not from the raid. So for the first piece, for the melee slot, this does come from the raid. Of course, this is the regular version. This is really good, to be honest. 89 precision, 94 resilience, and 98 valor, almost 100 valor on this one. Now the thing that I do use from this is the signature attack with vibranium, and of course you guys don't know, vibranium increases your heroic damage, and you already know with Thor, his heroic damage is very OP. We know this already. So having a way to apply vibranium is very nice on Thor. And of course I got that one with my signature attacks, and I got Odin Force modifier increase, 20% increased status damage from Odin Force attacks, which you can activate very easily with, you know, just hitting the intrinsic bar, or you're getting overcharged, you're getting that 20% increased status damage, which is very nice. Now for the range slot, I do have Tachyon's Rays. Now we already know what Tachyon Rays come from. It comes from doing the Tachyon Rift missions to get a chance to get an exotic version of this, or you can do the Monica Villain Sector mission chain and you get a chance at Tachyon Rays, which you see right here. Now of course, since this is the legendary version and not the exotic, I have less stats. So if I were to get the legendary, the exotic version of this, then I will have way higher stats than this. So that is something I'm going to have to just basically farm for to get higher stats on this one. So my stats can actually be higher. See, so if I was able to switch, if I could switch out right now with this and just show you what my valor will be at if I have this on, for example. No, let me have this on. This has higher, let me make sure I have, oh yeah, because this one has higher basically valor. So this one, my valor would be like if I have, you know, a higher stat roll, 788. Almost, if I could get, I basically got almost everything that I need when it comes to like god roll pieces. But if I was able to get this at like at 100 or something, I will be very close just to having 800 base valor, which is insane. But unfortunately, I'm going to have to keep grinding for this. So yeah, that is where I got this piece from. I got it from the Monica mission chain for her, and for this slot right here, I got this from the raid. This is very good. I got 102 resilience and 100 valor. I got reverberation drive in the middle, inflict 25% additional damage to enemies afflicted by vibranium, which is very good. Now the slot that I have been trying to go for a little bit low key is, you see, Odin Force Breaker, 15% increased damage while Odin Force is active. Now this can roll with reverberation drive, and you can have Odin Force breaker at the bottom. That is what I've honestly been trying to get for the longest, but unfortunately I just have not been lucky at all to get this to drop. I got it to drop so many times, but I just not been able to get it. And I know I could do even more damage if I have Odin Force breaker on this slot as well for the bottom slot, but unfortunately, you know how RNG is. I'm going to have to be sitting there for a long time just to even get that. So just having this chest piece right here is not even bad at all to me, honestly. And for this last slot, I got this Griddler of the Thunderer. This comes from LAS, the Last Avenger Standing, the 14th floor hive. I know that is a nightmare, I know, but the stuff that comes from this for Thor for this heroic slot is pretty good. You got to keep it a buck. You get 20% increased damage while you're overcharged, and you do increase the amount of damage your shock damage does by 20% for anything that does shock. So that counts for God Blast, Odin Force once you have that active, and lightning strikes that come around you once you have Warrior's Fury active. So that's just a base 20% increased damage with your shock damage, and the bottom Asgard's Fury. It's pretty nice as well. So yeah, overall this exotic is not bad. It's really not. So hey, if you want to go for it, deal with the LAS with the 14th floor hive. Hey man, all power to you. All power to you. But for my minor artifacts, I have 64 across the board Valor with increased power damage, which is very nice. And I have another one, 64 triple across the board with increased damage on power attacks. This is pretty crazy, y'all. It really does some damage. It is so good. And for my major artifact, what I rock on Thor, I rock the Tactigun and I rock the Nornstone. Now it's the same thing like for the Hawkeye build that I made. If I'm just defeating regular ads and all that stuff, I use the Tactigun. But if I'm about to fight a boss, I have on the Nornstone, so I can pop that Nornstone, get that damage buff and all the benefits for it, and then just go crazy with damage with Thor. So yeah, that is basically what I rock on Thor, to be honest, when it comes to the overall build. Now for the skills, basically everything else stays the same, to be honest. When it comes to Warrior's Fury, I got Ymir's Wrath, and I have Hell's Anger. Of course, if you know about the God Blast thing, man, you know, if you know, you know. But the thing I will tell you to rock is Overcharged Blast. Now this is very good on Thor. God Blast inflicts 20% increased damage when triggered while overcharged. Now this is pretty good because you can get overcharged pretty easily when it comes to Thor. So I would highly recommend using this right here. Now I would say use the bottle one, but in a raid for some reason this doesn't work. I don't know why it doesn't. So depending on what you want to do, I would just say use Overcharge Blast. That's what I use. And for the ultimate, of course, we already know what to do. You know, Muspelheim's Torment, and you know, of course, Odin's Blessing of the Realms. You get overcharged instantly once you come from the ultimate, and that is very good right there. For the combat slot, I would honestly recommend using this range damage slot right here. Now once you're at the part when you're fighting Claw, gotta do the stun damage, I would say use this. But just overall content wise, just use the range damage one if you're doing ranged. But if you are at melee for Thor, I would say use this one as well, because it's very good for regenerating your heroics. For this slot, it's really whatever you want to choose, to be honest. It really doesn't matter. To be honest, I would say for range, immediately, if you're a Thor player, use Critical Throw. Critical Throw is super important. You see how it says, you know, it really makes every single throw that you do a crit. Even with the lightning, it's a crit. So use Critical Throw. I would say use High Velocity as well. It increases the throw and the callback speed, which is very nice for if you're doing the range, and just overall it's just pretty good. So I wouldn't see why you wouldn't want to use this. And for this one, you could use whatever, to be honest. But when it comes to the intrinsic ability, I would say use ionic bolts. I say iconic, imagine. Use ionic bolts. If you defeat enemies while overcharged, it will send a lightning strikes nearby enemies, which is very good. It is, I promise you, it's good. It's gonna be very good overall when you're trying to fight ads and just if you defeat them, they're going to get struck by lightning in general. So I would say use this. I would say you could use Force of Will. This is not bad at all if you have no way of regenerating health, but it just depends on your playstyle and how you really rock Thor, to be honest. The next slot, I would say, you can use whatever when it comes to this one, and same thing for this one as well. It really doesn't matter. But for the intrinsic overcharge, once you're overcharged with Thor, use Lightning Field. If you are overcharged, you should know how Lightning Field is. If you've been playing this game for a while, Lightning Field is super strong. I've hit 400k while Lightning Field was active. So a single lightning strike hit 400k, which is insane. So yeah, if you can stay overcharged and not get hit, you're basically like a god. Basically, like any projectiles come at you will get instantly beamed off. If you don't, you're not going to get hit unless you know some enemy is basically charging at you. So yeah, just really rock Lightning Field. And for the bottom one, I would say use this one. Increases your heroic charge regeneration while overcharge. Now you could use other things as well. It depends on you. Charge recovery is not bad at all. Charge resistance is pretty bad. I just don't see the use of this, to be honest. I really don't. Yeah, it just really depends on that person. But for the last slot, we do have damage force. Increase all damage by 15% while overcharged, while Odin Force is overcharged, which is pretty nice as well. So, and for the champions point levels, what I have for Thor, it's the same thing. Heroic damage boost, critical damage boost, go to critical chance boost, heroic charge rate, and perk chance. The rest doesn't matter. It just depends on you what you want to do. Since I have all the ones I need maxed out, I'm just leveling whatever, to be honest. So yeah, that is basically my Thor build. That is how it works. Now I will be showcasing clips. It's just overall how much damage you can really do with Thor at 175 when it comes to Elite Raid, and also the Spider Boss as well, and the Elite as well. So yeah, that is basically into this video. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video as I enjoyed making it. But before we head out, if you guys are not, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to turn on post notifications to miss a video. You know, to be notified when I upload a video. And most importantly, make sure you guys hit that like button. Now, of course, I do have a Discord. If you guys want to join at the link for the Discord is below. If we talk about everything, to be honest. So if you guys want to join that, you can. Also, I do stream on Twitch. If you guys want to come out to the Twitch streams, the link is below for the Twitch. Promise you're missing out if you're not there. I promise. And also, I do have memberships on the channel. If you guys want to know more information about that, the link is below for the memberships. But I want to give a quick shout out to the Elite members. I really appreciate y'all for being memberships on the channel. I really do. But yeah, that is basically it. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I'm going to let the gameplay clip show for itself. And yeah, I will see you guys later. Peace.